Jai Hind to everyone. My name is Vikas. I'm assistant professor at Department of Computer Science and Engineering. The topic that I'm going to discuss is remote logging in Unit 5 in the computer network. In this, I will be discussing the two major way through which we can perform the remote logging. One is Telnet, one other is SSHR there. So, I will discuss these two, how they work, and what are the various problems that they faces and advantages are there. Okay. If any server that can provide the any specific services to its corresponding client program, we need a certain services there, and those services has to be required. For example, they need to require a client required a file to be retrieved from the server side or not from server sides there. So, it would be possible to write, it won't be possible to write a client server program for every time there is demand is being raised by the clients are there. So, better solution is to provide general purpose client server programs that can communicate with any application programs on the network or via remote connections are there. So, for that we have a concept is Telnet is there, that is a terminal network which is being used for connecting the systems via remotely logging into the systems are there. For that we need a user ID password. When any user try to communicate, they must enter the user ID password, and they can enter the systems and look into the systems and retrieve the information from that systems are there. So, the first one is Telnet is a general purpose client server applications program, which is abbreviated as a terminal network is there. Also, Telnet require a logging name and the user ID password is there, and as they are vulnerable for the attacks are there, because they send there all the data, means it means user ID and the password in the form of plain text, which is not encrypted, send it to the from client to the servers are there. So, hacker can very easily eavesdrop or you can say they obtain the logging name and the passwords easily is there. Due to that, this drawback is there. There is another concept is that is called secure shell protocol is there, that is SSH is there, which is nowadays widely used as comparatively to the Telnet, as Telnet is completely wiped out by the SSH there. Okay. So, there is a diagram is there in which how we are going to remotely log into the systems is there. First one is local login is there, in which we have a local terminal is there, in which a user sits on that, and the user enter the values, type the whatever that they want to access the value is there, or application is there. So, once the user type it, they send in this terminal driver send in a request to the operating systems, and then operating system will send depending upon the for which applications that user wants to access is there. Another method is remote logging, in which there is a various elements are being required in order to communicate with each other, or you can say send and receive the informations are there. In order to send the request via the remote login, we need an internet there, we need a terminal drivers are there, we need a pseudo terminals drivers are there, we need a client and servers there. So, in this remote logging, the client basically with the help of their they sit on their systems, and they send a request to their systems. once their systems is there, their operating systems receive the characters there, they directly send it to the telnet client is there, where this telnet client use this TCP protocols in order to send the request via the internets are there. So they have the TCP protocols, they send it via the request to the internet and send it to the server side. Now server side, this TCP protocols send a request to their telnet server is there, where that telnet server again further forward to the pseudo terminal driver, which determine for what exact applications this request is there, and that which after then determining it is further forwarded to the that applications are there, whether it is for this, for or this, because in servers there are various applications are there, which for which they parallelly executing the request of the clients are there. So this is an expression where the user login to local systems is called local logging is there. As a user type the terminals or a workstation running a terminal, emulators are there, keystrokes are accepted by the terminal driver as the characters is being sent by the these terminal emulators are there, and they pass these characters to the operating system. So now the operating system will interpret and interpret those keystrokes there, and combination of characters and invoke to the desired application, program or utility is there. This is where we have to perform the local logging is there. But in the case of remote login, when user want to access the applications which is being located at the different locations are there, for that we need a remote login. So here end user send in a keystrokes to the terminal driver, where the local operating system accept the characters but does not interpret them. As I told you, they do not interpret, they directly send it to the client is there. So the characters are sent to the your telnet client, which transform those characters and send it to via the network virtual terminals are there, that is NVT is there, and with the help of the TCP IP stacks, they are being forwarded to the that server sides are there. So in next step is that these commands or tags via through which NVT forms travels through the internet, arrives at TCP stacks at the remote machines are there, I told you. Here the characters are delivered to the operating system and passed to the telnet server, which changes the character to the corresponding or you can say understandable characters by the remote machines are there. In this, however, the characters cannot be passed directly to the operating systems by the remote operating systems. Is not designed to receive character from the telnet servers are there. So they first thing is the pseudo terminals driver, which pretends the characters are where they, are from where they are coming from the terminals are there. Okay. So the operating systems then passes the request to the appropriate applications as per the request received from the your clients are there. So this is the network virtual terminals are being created, where we have a terminals are there, we have a telnet clients are there, which are being connected through the internets are there. Then this request is sent to the telnet server and the pseudo terminal drivers are there. So here these are the local computer character sets are there, which they are being at the local computer are there, and these are the remote computer character sets are there, which are located at the server sides are there. In between we have the NVT character sets, which will make sure the both of the this character set and the remote set must able to convert it into the vice versa, so that they can able to read or read the whatever the applications request has been come, and they work on those requests are there. So okay, so So here the mechanism to access the remote computer is very complex here. Because every computer and operating system accept the special combination of characters as a tokens are there. For example, in the DOS or Unix, when you say end of the file token in the computer running a DOS operating system is control plus Z is there, Z is there, while the Unix operating system which recognize control plus D is there. If we want to access a remote computer in the world, we first know what kind of computers that we have to connect to each other. So, for that we must install a specific terminal emulators used by those systems are there. So, in every systems, whether respect to your client side or the server sides, these terminal emulator must be installed there. Whenever they have to be, there must be a remote logging as well. So, Telnet solve these problems by defining the universally interface that is called NVT, that is network virtual terminal character sets are there. So, why this interface? The client Telnet translate characters that is data or control that come from the local terminal into the NVT forms there, and which are being further sent to the via the networks are there. So, when this is being received by the server side, the server Telnet will translate the data commands from the NVT into the form acceptable by the remote computer server. So it means here Telnet has this client side is having their own character sets are there, server side is having their own character sets are there, and NVT is having their which we can say it's a bridge or it's act as a bridge between these two character sets are there, so that they can communicate with each other are there. So, whenever any remote logging has to happen, first thing is we should know what kind of computer is there, what kind of character sets they are using. After knowing it, we send the request via the Telnet client to the Telnet servers is there through the internet are there, where these local computer character sets are converted into the NVT character sets. Then the NVT character sets are when reach there and receive a reduced pseudo terminals, where these emulators will convert into their according to their remote systems are there. So, this is the but the issues with this Telnet is, as I told you, that we have the problem with respect to the security is one of the major concerns here in this Telnet here. Why? Because the password is the plain text which is being sent while logging into the systems are there. Due to that reasons, Telnet is not being used. They are being now we use the SSH which is secure shell is being another kind of applications is there that is being used nowadays being used today, where the purpose of this is to remote logging and file transfer is there, which was originally designed to replace the Telnet. There are two types of SSH are there, one SSH1 and SSH2 is there. Nowadays SSH1 is totally incompatible, and the first version SSH1 is now deprecated because of the security flaw in here. So, we will be discussing the SSH2 here in this case. SSH is the application layer protocols with the three components are there. SSH are the connections is there, then authorization is there, then the transfer of the data is there, and they work with the TCP in order to send or receive the informations from the client to the servers are there. Okay. So, SSH as a means secure shell is there. Since the TCP is not secured transport layer protocol, SSH first used to use a protocol that created a secure channels over the top of the TCP is there. So, this is an independent protocols which is referred as an SSH transmission protocols, or you can trans are there. Whenever this procedure implement this protocols is called by the client or server first, the TCP protocol establishes an insecure connection is there. It means whenever the client or server want to communicate with each other, the TCP will create an unsecured connections between the client and the server is there, or that server that connections. Now we have the SSH application transport layer protocols is there, which is being used to provide an or you can say create an secure channels over the TCP are there. So, here then they exchange the parameters to establish an secure channels through the your TCP is there. So, the service provided by these protocols is to privacy and privacy of the message exchange is there. How the data is confidential there. So, they maintain the confidentiality as well as the privacy here by the whenever we use these protocols are there. Data integrity is also being maintained, which means the guarantee that message exchange between the client server do not change by the intruders are there, which is one of the major problem that we face while we are transferring the data is there. Then we have a server authentication, which means that the client is now sure that the server is one that is claimed to be is there. It means authentications of the must be happens whenever the client wants to log in, use the remote login is there where in order to send or receive the data, so that they have to enter the user ID password, so that they are well aware of it, whether they are sending or getting the request from the genuine servers are there. And the compression here in this message, whenever the message is being transmitted from source to destinations are there, they are being compressed. So, it improve the efficiency of systems and make attack more difficult by the hackers are there. Another is SSH, that is authentication protocol, the SSH authentications. Here in this, after a secure channel is established between the client and the server, server is authenticated for the client. SSH can call the another procedures that can authenticate the client of the server is there. Client authentications process in SSH very similar to what is done by the secure socket lock SSL is there. This layer basically defines the number of the authentication tools similar to the one used in SSL are there. So, it means in this layer, first thing is we after channel is secure established between client and the servers, now we have to perform the authentications. It means only authorized user can able to access those channels are there. After authorization, after authentications, we can send or receive the message between the client and servers are there. So, authentication starts with the client, which send a request to the servers are there. So, request include the request which is sent by the your client is there, which include the username, server name, the method of the authentications, and the required data is that is being required by the client is there. It means, so whenever the request is sent, the client side username, server name where that has been sent, with what kind of authentications has been used in order, and the required data is being sent to the users are there by the client side to the server sides are there. Now, server will respond with either successfully confirming that the client is authenticated and authenticated there, or with the failed message is there. Why they have failed? Because there must be some entering user ID and password is being wrong are there. So, authentication plays an important role here. Yes, yes. And the third one is SSH connection protocol is there. After the secure channel is established, the both server and the clients are authenticated for each others. SS can call a piece of the software that implement the third protocol, that is SSH CONN, that is connection is there. One of the services provided by the SSH connections protocol is multiplexing, in which they take the secure channels established by the two previous protocols, and they will let the or you guess they allow to create a multiple logical channels over it is there. So, each channels here in this connection protocols, each channel can be used for a different purpose, such as your remote logging, file transfer, and etc. are there. So, in SSH there are three things that we have to take into considerations. The first one is your SSH transport layer protocols is there, where the connection layer has to be created, or that we have to perform the authentications. Again, after authentications, now we have to create a connections protocols are there, which can be used for the multiple requests can be simultaneously entertained by the server sides are there. Where that this SSH is being used nowadays, SSH can be used for the remote logging. There are several free and commercial application uses for the SSH for the remote logging. Among them is one of the is PuTTY is there, which is client SSH programs that can use for the remote logging is there. Another application is Tessitia, which is can be used for the several platforms are there. Another application is for the file transfer. One of the applications program that built on the top of the SSH for the file transfer is the secure file transfer protocols are there, that is SFTP is there. So, this SFTP application program use one of the channels provided by the SS to transfer the files are there, as these channels has been created during the communications establishment between the client and servers are there. Another common applications that we have is called your secure copy, that is SCP is there. This application uses the format of the Unix to copy command CP to the your to copy file from the server side to the client sides are there. Another applications is for the SSH are the port forwarding is there. One of the interesting services provided by the SS protocol is port forwarding. We can use this secure channels available in SS to access an application program that does not provide security services are there. So, applications such as Telnet, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP, the SS4 port forwarding mechanism creates a tunnel through which message belongs to the other protocols can travels are there. So, in this we have the FTP clients there, and they have the SSH clients are the which is being deployed at the local site are there, and we have an SSH servers which is deployed at the server sites are there. So, whenever the FTP wants clients want to send a request or want to log into the server, or they want to transfer the files, they must send a request to the SSH client there, where this SSH client will send a request, or you can say they create tunnels through which they send a request to the server, and this tunnels is secure connections is there. So after receiving by the SS server is there, they send a request to the FTP server, where the FTP server again their operating system, before forwarding to operating system, the sudo terminal driver, that is emulator, is there, which convert those requests and send it to their desired applications are there. So there are three well-known applications are there for the SSR there. One is your remote logging, file transfer, and the port forwarding is are there. Thank you.